guys, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Maximilian Must Know. This is going to be a Scent Safari episode, and today we're actually going to look at the house of Beaufort. You guys know how Scent Safari works. Basically, I reach out to a house that I have some interest in. Hopefully, they'll send me some samples. If they do, I'll pick out four that I think you and me will be most interested in, and sort of give you guys first impressions on camera. Beaufort is a house that I've been interested in for a long time. Really, as soon as I saw them sort of come out, the scents just look really interesting in terms of notes. And I reached out to them, and they thankfully had Twisted Lily in Brooklyn send me samples of their collection. So we're going to go through four. There are five total in their sort of debut collection, and the retail on these guys is 50 ml for $150. And in the United States, these are available at Twisted Lily in Brooklyn. And before we get into them, I'm going to give you a little bit of house information. This is a newer house out of London, England, that was started by a gentleman named Leo Crabtree, who's a writer and a musician, and he launched his collection in 2015 with a triptych of eau de parfum, and the collection was called Hell of High Water. And the collection was really meant to bring together elements of British history, both imagined and real, to create collages of scents that embody themes of warfare, trade, and exploration. Now, besides these fragrances on their site, they also sell mustache wax and a very fairly priced candle collection as well. But we're going to get into the fragrances. And before we get into these four, I just want to let you know this collection reminds me, not in composition, but in terms of boldness, of the way I felt about Nasamato when I first smelled them, 4 or 5 years ago. Just in terms of fragrances, just really being interesting and new, and daring and bold, and almost like wearable works of art. So the first one I want to talk to you guys about is called Cœur de Noir. Cœur de Noir, I believe it's Heart of Black or Heart of Darkness, and you're going to get rum, ginger, and ink at the top, pepper, leather, or paper, leather, and vanilla in the middle, and cedar tobacco and birch tar in the base. And this is a very dark fragrance. The ink note really pops for me, the leather pops for me, and the birch tar tobacco pop for me. If you like Mink by Byredo, fragrances are just really dark and almost black in composition, really just inky and resinous and funky, then this is going to be up your alley. There's really not too much here animalic, but it's just really interesting, really dark, really resinous, just black. I mean, it's about as black as a fragrance can get. I know Comme des Garçons did a fragrance called Black, but that one has some sweetness. This is really dry. I don't get the rum or ginger. I just get like an inky, leathery birch tar thing going on here, and it might be harder to pull off than some other fragrances, but it's really beautiful in terms of artistic merit, and I really enjoy this one. The next one is called Lignum Vitae. I believe that is Tree of Life in Latin. And top notes on this guy are going to be black pepper, red fruit, biscuit, C notes, mandarin orange, citron, bergamot, juniper, ginger, lime, lavender, and caramel. In the middle, we're going to get gaiac wood, vetiver, pepper, and oud. And in the base, sand, sea salt, amber, labdanum, musk, vanilla, and oak moss. And so this one sort of takes a turn. This is almost a gourmand. But it's really nice. It's really nice. I sort of feel like you get that almost like an English tea biscuit vibe here. But it is green and spicy at the same time. Like, you're going to get spices here. There's a little bit of pepper, ginger, juniper. I don't really get the oud. To me, it's really softer and approachable than many of these. but it's really good. The quality is there. Again, quality is the word I want to stress with these fragrances, and at the price point of $150 for 50 ml, I think the quality is just amazing. This is really wearable, unisex totally, and I really like the biscuit note that really comes out to me from this one. The third one we're going to talk about is called Fathom V, or 5 I think. Top notes on this one: juniper berries, tangerine, blackcurrant, green notes, or blackcurrant, green notes, and soil tincture. Middle notes: thyme, lily, jasmine, ylang-ylang, ginger, cumin, black pepper, and mimosa. And in the base: patchouli, vetiver, oak moss, salt, incense, atlas, cedar, and amber. This one's super green. If you're a fan of green scents like I am, you will like this one. To me, green notes stick out more than anything here at all. It's just really green, a little bit floral. To me, it's really green and watery. I like it a lot. I like green scents, and I feel like this is one you could throw on and just feel very crisp and clean. It sort of has like a place in these other three that I've talked about, like Cœur Noir is just sort of very dark, and you know, it feels like you could throw on a black shirt and a leather jacket. And Lignum Vitae feels like you could throw it on and sort of go out and be happy and have brunch. And this one just sort of feels like you could be out and about in the world, you know, and be out like in nature and enjoy this one and just feel very crisp and clean and green and alive. You know, I get patchouli, I get vetiver, I get the salt note here. It's really, really pretty, and again, it just has insane quality. These are all just super powerful perfumes. Each one, you a couple sprays and you're good. You know, these really just jump off the skin. The final one I want to talk to you guys about is called Vitae et Armis, or Vitae et Armis, something and weapons. And the top notes on this one are black pepper, tea leaf, and cardamom. Middle notes are whiskey, incense, and opium. And base notes tobacco, birch, and oud. And this one reminds me a lot of Cœur Noir. It's got that sort of vibe. This is like a fragrance that attacks your senses. I get black pepper, I get booze, I get tobacco, I get birch. It's just super, super dark. It's for an introvert. It's really good. You know, Cœur Noir, you know, actually does have a little bit more sweetness going back to it than this one. This one is really like, the other one has the heart of blackness. This is like the heart of Satan. It's just, you have to really like these notes. You know, you have to like incense and oud and whiskey and tobacco. It's just dark and resinous and strong. It's like very aggressive fragrance. Would I wear this one? No, I'd wear Cœur Noir. This one's probably like a, you know, I mean, this one softens up a little bit as it sits on the skin, but not as much as Cœur Noir. So just what's interesting to me about this whole collection is there's just such a progression, different variety. You know, you've got Tree of Life, which is just very vibrant and sweet and almost enticing, and you've got Fathom, which is just very lively, and then you got these other two that are just very dark and deep and almost depressing. And I just think it's exciting. It's an exciting fragrance line. I really like what they've done with this collection. It's varied, the quality is really good, it's interesting, there's a theme, it's thematic. So I really recommend you check Beaufort out. If you have, please let me know what you think of these. Let me know which one you're interested in. I'd love to hear from you guys. And really, this is what makes this, what I do, exciting, to be able to smell different fragrances like this that are so different and challenging and just fun to get my nose on. And let me know what you think, which ones you're interested in, and I will see you guys next week. Obviously, or later this week with more videos. Guys, you already know what it is. My name is Maximilian, and all my stuff.